What is up, everybody? So I was browsing on Amazon and I came across this battery right here for 2-pack for $39.99. Sold by, I'm guessing you pronounce that Mao King, 9 amp hours, 12 volt. Well, we're going to test to see if this is really 9 volts, because I don't believe it is just the amount of weight that is with this battery. And I had done some browsing through the comments on Amazon, and people had stated that it was more like probably 6, which is their other battery that looks similar to this, and it states it's 6. So I'm going to go ahead and charge this battery by the specs that are in this book. So all these specs is what we're going to charge it to. So we'll charge it up to 14.4 volts, which is in between the recommended 14.2 to 14.6. But then we're going to discharge it using Victron here to see if it is exactly roughly even nowhere near or anywhere near the 9 volts. Then we'll use this power supply to power the Victron through the PV ports, so I can adjust the voltage going into here to mimic solar. So let's go ahead and get this charging, and I will come back here in just a little bit when it is fully charged. Alright everyone, we are back. We are charging right now. We are inputting 135 watts from our power supply right here. It is set to 34.3. Sorry if it's flashing. It's just the camera itself. And on here we are showing 33.86 at 4 amps. That's going into our Victron here. And right now we are charging 13.26 volts, 3.2 amps, set at 135 watts. Sorry if y'all hear a fan in the background. I got the air conditioner on. It is hot today. So we're going to let this charge. This is what this shipped with as far as charge. So for right now, at 127 volt, we should be, by their thing, between about 80% on this battery, give or take. We'll probably say just 85 volts here. But I have the Victron set to shut off at 14.5 volts, or 14.4 volts, sorry. So we'll come back when this gets done charging, and we will then use the Victron itself to dump a load over to our power station, and we will calculate the amperage or the consumption. And as you see right now, this is showing what we're charging at. Here's the battery voltage, and then right now we consumed no watt hours. Unlike the rest of the days, ignore this. This was I was using this to charge a power station, but I can input more PV with the Victron than I could with the actual power station. So when this finishes up, we'll come back. Right there is the specs we are running right now. Let me get there. So when this gets done, we'll be back. And we're going to test this battery. Alright, we're back here. So the battery's already charged. Put a voltmeter on it. I'll let it set for about 15 minutes or so. And we are setting at 13.5 volts, which is in the operating range here of the voltage that it's saying. It's 13.5 volts is 100%. One thing I did find in this chart that kind of got me here, that sorry for the light glare. So it's showing right here the max limit of this battery is 10 volts, and it's showing a disconnect voltage of 9.2 volts, but we have a reconnect voltage of 10.8. I think those two need to be flipped around, because this makes no sense whatsoever to me. I could be wrong, but that's beside the point. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and hook this battery back up to the Victron here, and we're going to go ahead and start this test and see how long this battery lasts. Be right back. Alright, so we're back here. This did drop a little bit from the voltage meter, but we're still within the, I mean, we're in between 99 and 90 here. I doubt this battery even gets close to, let's say, even 8 amps. So we're going to go ahead and start this test, and we'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and go in here. We're going to start our load, which I'm using a power bank right now as our load through the Victron to test the amp hours here. So back here, and it's showing our load is on. We are drawing 6.9 amps at 87 watts. So we're going to see how long this lasts with this, and see, can we get close to this 9 amps. I doubt it, but we'll see. Is this battery worth it? Is my main thing, to replace, you know, your traditional lead acid battery that you may have in your kids' ride-on wheels, or also those batteries you used in UPSs, which this is, you know, 7.8 amps, and you can only get half that. So with lithium, you're supposed to get the full capacity of the battery. But also what I'm going to do after we get done with this test is I want to open this and see how many cells are in this pack, because I doubt that the capacity of the cells that's even in here even comes close to that number. So we'll see. We'll come back here in a little bit. Let's load here. As you see, we're not inputting anything. I did turn the power supply off. We're already at 12.6 volts because of the load. So let's come back, see if that number changes and what the total number is. Be right back. Well, everyone, so it died. So we are sitting at 9.96 volts here, which by our paper here, we get the right side here, is roughly the cutoff. So we're just above the cutoff here. Disconnect voltage. So I think that's what happened, was the battery disconnected, shut it off. But I ran the numbers on it, so we got a total 60 watt hours. Well, that only comes out to being 5 amp hours. So we are missing 4 amp hours. So I'm gonna go ahead, reconnect all this, charge this battery back up the same exact way, reset all this, and we're gonna start it again, and see, can we get this exact same number? Now granted, I'm happy that the low voltage disconnect shut off, but what I'm not happy about is, theoretically, this is still half of this almost. And unless you're trying to, I guess, save weight, you're not getting, you're getting the same, almost the same capacity from this battery as you do from a lead acid battery. Now this does come with 2 batteries that I guess would give you 10 amp hours, but not the 9. Not even. It would take 2 of these batteries to almost equal 1 of what this says. And we're going, like I said, we're going to retest this again and see. Don't worry about my wiring here. This is all for testing purposes. And see if we can get better than that, or do we get the same. So we will be right back once this gets done charging. See y'all in a minute. Alright everyone, we're back here. So battery just got done charging again. This time with a resting voltage of 13.62. So I don't know what's going on here. I guess we will see what's going on. Don't mind this, there's nothing going out right now, so I don't know why it's showing. But anyways, so we go by what they say here, we're at 100%. Well, a little bit over. So let's go ahead and turn on our load here and see how long this lasts now. Alright, so sorry about the glare, but you can see right now we're pulling 87 watts here. Our battery's at 12, going down slowly. It's actually dropping pretty fast here. But we'll see what this starts resting at with this. So we'll see how much consumption we use off the load. So we will go ahead and try this again and try this test again. The last time we got was 5 amp hours on a 9 amp hour battery. So we'll be back and see what it brings up here in a little bit. Let's see if we can get that 9 amp hours. So we got a little bit better amp hours out of that run. It's pretty much done right now. Let's load this up. And we're exporting 3 watts. So to our load, we hit 70 watt hours, which is equivalent to 5.833 amp hours, which still nowhere near the 9. So it was a little bit better, but even after these 2 tests, I'm going to say it's nowhere close to that. So again, I couldn't recommend it, just due with the simple fact of the lying to you. 9 amp hours on the battery, obviously 5.833. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and crack this battery open, and we will see what cells are in it and how this is configured. Be back in a minute. Alright everyone, so this is what I found, and I don't know the size of these. I've looked everywhere on them, trying to find the size of the cell. They're not even marked. So, and also, this is what was in the case. So, styrofoam. So, spray and foam is what they're using. This stuff is sticky. And these cells were hot when I pulled them out. And granted, it does have a BMS. Small little wires. I don't know if I pulled 10 amps through those, but this is just the build quality, I guess, that you get. You know, with these cells, I don't know why lie about them and then just have such poor build quality with them. I mean, yeah, it does work, but this has almost the same exact capacity that you would get from your standard lead-acid battery. So, and you're not dealing with these cheap wires with this. You know, with this setup, so you could actually theoretically pull more amperage off this than this. Because I was pulling 10 amp or 6 amps with this, and the batteries are warm. I don't have a heat gun to verify how hot these are, but they are a little bit on the warm side. So I can't justify saying, hey, spend, you know, the $40, yeah, you get 2 of them, but they're not going to last you. You know, and this thin wire, trying to pull 10 amps through it. This right here is the tip of it is a regular pin. And they're about the size of that. So it's the same size as, actually it's smaller than this wire that's on my voltmeter. So I'm going to go ahead and edit this video and get it out. And if you all want to see more battery testing on even these small batteries that are mainly kind of meant for a replacement for these that goes in a UPS, like your standard UPS that you'd buy even at Walmart, all the way up to your bigger UPSs, and you're looking for something to replace those batteries, I couldn't say go with these. Now, yeah, granted, they'll fit. They could have went with a little bit more cells than these. I don't even know what the capacity of these cells are. There's nothing on them. So they're supposed to be, I think the listing said they're supposed to be EV cells. Well, I don't know what EV they're putting these in, but maybe somebody can check there, but I don't know. Just these thin wires going to everything. Yeah. Alright guys, well, thank y'all so much, and I will be trying to review another battery this week. I do pay for all these batteries out of pocket, so I had just scrolling on YouTube or on Amazon, and I had seen this popped up. So, and I wanted to test them out. I do have another one, but I think I'm going to maybe try the equal-worthy. There's a 20 amp variant of the equal-worthy that we may buy and go with that and do some testing on it. So thank you all so much. Thanks for liking, sharing, and subscribing, and we will be back. See you later.